welcome to Global Leadership Class. Today I want to talk about Park Jong-hee. So we talked about Mao Zedong, and Mao Zedong, as I explained, he was very controversial leader. So does Park Jong-hee. So that's why I wanted to present Park Jong-hee as a second leader. So Park Jong-hee, he played a very significant role for Korean economic development during 1960s. Park Jong-hee was born in 1917, November 14th. He was born in Gumi, Gyeongsang province in Korea, so very south of Korea. And since Park Jong-hee was born in Gumi, if you go to Gumi, then you'll be surprised because there are a lot of museums related to him. So he is widely respected, especially for old generations. So old generation have a kind of nostalgia that he contributed for Korean economy a lot. So that's Gumi. And then when he developed the Korean economy, he actually developed it based on like Gyeongsang province, and then we have a Jeolla province. Jeolla province couldn't develop quite well compared to Gyeongsang provinces because the Park Jong-hee was born in Gumi area. And he graduated from Daegu Educational School, so he became a teacher. That's really weird, right? So he was just a normal teacher, but later on he became like a dictator in Korea. And he became a teacher at age of 20. So at the time we didn't have like concept of like education quite well. So if you graduate high school, then you could become a teacher. But things change right now. But he became a teacher at 20, and he married Kim Ho-nam when she was 16. So they got married, and at the time, like people get married in a really early age, so it's not a weird thing. So Kim Ho-nam was 16, and then but he wasn't that happy with Kim Ho-nam, so they got divorced. But they had a daughter. Daughter is Park Jae-woo, so daughter again. And but his dream was he always respected Napoleon, so he read like the Napoleon story all the time. He dreamed about becoming army for quite a long time, so he quit the teacher and he entered an military academy. So he entered but at the time it was Japanese colonialization, and then he decided to become military and army, and then he entered school again in Japan. So he entered the military academy, and he graduated in military academy. He changed his name from Park Jong-hee to Takaki Masao. So we have a dictionary for Japanese friendly figures. We can find like name or what they did for Japan kind of things. And in that dictionary, he's actually listed as a supporter of Japanese colonization. He changed his name and he fought against China in Manchuria area, and he fought for Japan. And he transferred the Japanese military academy, and then he graduated second place. So he was quite well. He did quite well. And this is a picture when he was in the military. But in 1944, he was transferred to work at Guangdong province, as a platoon commander. And then since he has a like Japanese background in Japan and Japanese cultural background, so when he normalized the relationship with Japan for the first time. So like if you look at the Korean history, then we had the Japanese colonization from 1910 to 1945, and after that there was occupation era. And so we were occupied by U.S. and Russia, the Soviet Union, right, for 5 years, less than 5 years, but anyway. And then we had the first president, Lee Seung-man. That was his first president, but he was in presidency quite a long time. But he made a coup in 1961 That's how he became power. Um, what? Why did I bring about these issues? Yes, I mean, and then when during like from 1945 to 1960, we didn't have any relationship with Japan. We didn't want to. The U.S. actually pushed a lot, South Korean leader to normalize relationship with Japan, but during the Lee government, we didn't do that. But as soon as Park Chung-hee became a president, he started to normalize relationship with Japan. It was possible because he had this kind of Japanese experiences, and he had a kind of idea of like Japan and Japanese culture. So that's why it was very normal or natural that he has a normalized relationship with Japan. And but Korea became independence, right, from Japan in 1945. So he fought against Japan for about like 2 years or 1 year, and but he was worried. What if he came back to Korea as a Japanese soldier? Then he will be criticized by people. So he was so worried. What if it happens like that? So he concealed his identity as the Independence Army. So he argued himself that, oh, actually I work for the Independence Army, so that's why I know kind of things. So he concealed and hide his identity, but later if it detected anyway. But that's how he came back to Korea. But luckily, during the Lee Sung-man's government, they hire a lot of armies, military, policemen, and then at that time they hire a lot of people who work for the Japanese government. Not all, maybe someone new, but some people. So the Park Jong-hee was one of them. So he became Korean Army as a second lieutenant, 소위 in Korean. And as soon as he came back to Korea, he became the member of South Korean Workers' Party. South Korean Workers' Party was a communist political party, but at the time, the South Korean Workers' Party was the largest party, one of the largest party in Korea. And then he want to be. I think he always have a kind of ambitions for politics, kind of things. That's why he became the member of South Korean Workers' Party, and he started to live with Lee Hyun-nan. So he has in terms of like woman's relationship, his reputation is not that good. He always changed woman all the time. He cheated on his wife all the time. And then at that time, he was a kind of normal kind of person, and he was just one of the military personnel. But there was a Yosu and Suncheon rebellion incident occur. So that incident is for like one of the democratic rebellion. But the Yosu and Suncheon, it's a south area of Korea, and then the Yosu and Suncheon, because of this Yosu and Suncheon rebellion, the government actually tried to get rid of all the people who used to work for the Communist Party. And as I told you that he was the member of South Korean Workers' Party, that's Communist Party. So he actually lost his job for a while because of that incident. But luckily, he's very lucky because of war 1950. There was a Korean War, right? So at the time they need a lot of armies, and so he could get his back job because of that. And he got married Yu Gyung-soo. So Yu Gyung-soo is well known as a first lady, but he has, as I said, he has a complicated relationship with a lot of women. But Yu Gyung-soo, so officially he married twice. So once Lee Hyun-nan, and the second one is Yu Gyung-soo. So Yu Gyung-soo had so Park Geun-hye, they had a daughter. That's Park Geun-hye. Park Geun-hye became a president later on in Korea. And then he has a son. His name is Park Ji-man. Park Ji-man is not. It's not. It's very different from Park Jong. He's very weak. He's not interested in army. He just a weak kid. But anyway, so he had married. I mean, he got married to Byung-soo, and in 1953 he became a general. So finally, I mean, he got power as he wanted, but he always wanted to be a politician. And then during, I mean, these days, from 1947 to 1961, I mean 1960, because of this is not April 19 revolution, the Lee Sung-man government was in power, right, for quite a long time. Lee Sung-man government, Lee Sung-man is the first founding father of Korea, Republic of Korea. But he was in power quite a long time, and people start to resist. That's April 19th revolution. And then later on, uh, he made a coup, military coup, when he was 43 years old. So I'm 44, so that means even he was younger than I am. So that's how he got power, military coup. So he did not uh, democratically elected. So he got power with all military threats. That's he got power.